Dodge presents the Hollywood Film Awards.
Are the drinks free out here too? Okay. Sorry I've been rambling so much a bad way to start a speech? I know I'm going to, at some point, get to why I think that August Osage County should have been shot in 3D. But before I talk specifically about tonight's recipient, just a few words of housekeeping. It seems to me that when a movie's made by a sure-handed director, an extraordinary cast, and supported by those who gamble their cash and reputations on it, then you add the emergence of a touched writer like Tracy Letts. It gives us all the opportunity to be proud of our profession's possibility and the big medicine that film can be. And I'm honored and excited to be here, to have the opportunity to acknowledge that which perhaps is too often taken for granted, the otherworldly talent of a colleague who also happens to be a big whopping movie star. One of the luminous ones among us, who nonetheless, like us commoners at times, without the formidable writing of an August Osage County, or because when, as an audience, we've become too cynical to absorb the artfulness of such special talents as Julia's and what they bring time and time again. Shameful in our distraction, even prismed rainbow lightning can be observed in many films without us taking particular note. And so we're all humbled to recognize that film is essentially an integrated enterprise, and before it's an individual one. And where failure to that integration so often dismisses the independently great work of an individual. It's Julia, of course she's great, she always is, so what? Conversely, great writing is nothing if not that which separates the men from the boys, the women from the girls. It'll catch each and every stumble or less than poetic moment. So you can't stumble, and Julia don't. And you gotta be poetic, and that's what she is here. So moving, so much dignity. But great writing can bite an actor in the ass. So when you've got someone with a big career like Julia fucking Roberts, why risk it? What does it take for our most valuable artists to keep giving of themselves, and especially as a team player with other actors, a director, or both, to give themselves and their inspiration to a film with the confidence that their belief, their gifts, and trust in their colleagues will grant a story its powerful and deserved emotional truths, not through the guarantee of a proven genre or a singular tour de force, but through their very personal relationship with human beauty, pain, confusion, and love. It's the pure generosity of their talent. The taking of a position of creative leadership, and rather than identifying genre by the sales of the day, to define the genre of the day. It's a bold thing to do, and not for the faint of heart. What it takes describes tonight's recipient. In the words of William Saroyan, she is that which shines and is beyond corruption. One of a select group of actresses who can make on-screen eating sexy, or make us weep with a heartfelt glass. I won't even go into the arsenal of her laughter. I could watch her eat anamorphically for hours on end. I could watch her eat for hours on end, even if the food got stuck in her teeth. I want her to make an eating movie in 3D, but with the interactive supplies not only to include the 3D glasses, but also a virtual toothpick with which I could collect souvenirs, correcting my insomnia with the comfort of those virtual morsels tucked cozily beneath my pillow. No, but think about it. How great would it be to sit there watching a Julia Roberts movie, eating in 3D, she's eating corn on the cob, and then something gets stuck here, and you could take your virtual toothpick and say, I got that, babe, and just take, so, personal fantasy. What an actress, what a woman. To watch Julia and the magic Meryl battle in the love, pain, and shame of August Osage County was like watching a dance of dueling tsunamis under the northern lights. I was reminded of something watching Julia and the extraordinary ensemble of that movie. That movies matter. And when the integration of filmmaking allows our jaded sense of bedazzlement to renew itself, to wake up again, to thrillingly celebrate a most beautiful giver in our game, that makes us better. As Weston family rock Barb, Julia pleads to her 14-year-old, just survive, please. And lucky us, Julia's beauty and the generosity of her talent have done just that. So now, a creative leader, our one that shines and is beyond corruption, our prismed rainbow lightning, the Hollywood Film Award for Supporting Actress, goes to my neighbor, Julia Roberts.